Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. This is episode 34 of my 2023 TTM returns, and we've got 7 successes starting off this week. We got some racing, we got some baseball, and we got some football. So we'll start off with the racing here. This first request, I sent out 2 of my own hero cards that I had in the collection. I got them unsigned from previous hero card requests, and this guy is a current driver in the Xfinity series. He signed both of them rather quickly, got back 2 of 2 in 14 days from the Xfinity Daytona winner, Austin Hill. So sent these to Richard Childress Racing. I had one from them and one from when he was splitting time in the Xfinity and Truck Series. He's been really successful in the trucks. He's had a little bit of a, hard time adjusting to the Xfinity series, but he does really well at the super speedways. Hopefully he can expand his experience and skills within the other courses that they race at, other tracks. But really cool to get that from this year's Daytona winner. The next racing return we have is a 2 of 2 success in 307 days. Got this back from former driver, and I don't know if he's still a NASCAR spotter, but I know he was recently, from Tim Fedewa. Signed this 93 tracks, and that's not going to stay up, and a 94 max card. He won some races in what was the Busch Series, now the Xfinity Series, and he would later go on to become a NASCAR spotter. Won a championship with, I think it was Kevin Harvick several years ago. So he's got that on his resume. Took a while. I'm pretty sure to a race team. I don't think it was Stewart-Haas Racing, so that's why I'm not 100% sure if he's a spotter anymore. But really, really nice to finally add him. Then we have an IndyCar return. For some reason, I forgot to ever look up this guy's address, see if he signed. Couldn't find too many recent returns from him, so this was a little bit of a shot in the dark, but very much worth it. This is a 2 of 2 return in 14 days from former IndyCar driver Brian Herta. So Brian had some success IndyCar. I think he raced in kart, and then he was the 1993 Indy Lights, now Indy NXT champion. He is, of course, the dad of Colton Herta, who's had a very good start to his career. Brian, now I think he's like a team strategist, or at least he has been. He does own some cars. He's got his own race shop, Brian Herta Motorsports or Autosports, I don't remember which one. And he works with very closely with Andretti Racing, sometimes helping to co-own a car or add an additional entry whenever they do the 500. I heard that he was walking around at the track when I went to the Indy 500 last year. Never bumped into him or anything, so was hoping I could get him TTM, and that worked out pretty well. It's a very quick return there in 2 weeks. Then we have a college baseball coaching return. I sent this one out last season, so this is a 2 of 2 return coming back in 223 days from Morehead State head coach Mick Aoki, I think is how it's pronounced. He has been coaching for quite a while. He was the Columbia head coach, Boston College, Notre Dame, and then now I think he's in his 4th season with Morehead State. Mainly wanted to add him to the Notre Dame collection. I've been doing pretty well with their team. Haven't gotten their new head coach yet, but still really, really nice to add another Irish coach from the baseball teams. I think that's the fourth or 5th coach I have of theirs now. Then we'll end off with some football here. First one is a 4 of 4 return coming back from former NFL running back / fullback. This came back in 54 days from Carwell Gardner. Saw that he was in a set that I was working on, looked him up, and turns out he was in 4 different sets. Did have to order a couple of these cards, but very glad to get them back signed. Some great additions to these collections. Didn't have a very statistically fantastic career, but he did have 10 touchdowns, rushing at least, throughout his career. Obviously played for the Bills. He played for another team. I believe he ended his career in '97 with the Chargers. And we got a new college football head coach, FBS. He signed 2 of 2 in 14 days as well. This is coming in from the new South Florida head coach, Alex Golesh, who was hired away from Tennessee. He was originally born in Russia, emigrated over to the U.S. I think he grew up in Brooklyn, and then I think he grew up in Ohio. So I think they came to Brooklyn first, and then he grew up in Ohio. But was hired away from Tennessee, and he is the 6th head coach for the South Florida Bulls. Last one here, I'm only going to count as a 1 of 2 return. He did attempt to sign both photos, but unfortunately he signed in a really thin marker or pen. I'm pretty sure it's a marker though. That didn't stick very well, and one of them rubbed off almost completely. So I'll show it, but I'm not going to count it as an additional autograph, which stinks because this guy was a Pro Bowler this season. He's actually a 4-time Pro Bowl fullback in the NFL. So this is a 1 of 2 asterisk in that, coming back in 129 days from Ravens fullback Patrick Ricard. So this one came out all right. You can still kind of see where he signed it. It more so looked like his pen just didn't take. But this one, almost non-existent. It rubbed off on the back of the other photo. I always try to stick the photos back to back on this side. Some of them notice that and will, do that. Others, I think, just sign real quick and put it back in the envelope and ship it out. So really unfortunate that one didn't come out that well, but at least one of them, it's at least visible that he made an attempt to sign it. So regardless, still really cool to get that from a guy who's actively playing. Fullbacks, especially now, don't get nearly enough love for what they do. There's a couple more that I sent out too. I don't think any of the other ones have come back, but hopefully now that the season's over, maybe we can see a couple more. Send those back my way. But that is it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.